All right, so let's get to WandaVision. All right, so everyone here saw it?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it today. I'm waiting for Emily to explain this to me because I thought I was watching Tabitha, whatever. Just keep going. Yeah, just tell me what happened.
Bewitched.
I'm just here. You go, Emily. Because I'm with Mike. I didn't get it.
What didn't you get? Okay, look, I'm not saying I know exactly what's going on, but I think in terms of what the show is fairly straightforward, which is...
They're the last thing this show is straightforward. No,
okay. One of two things is happening, but really one thing is happening, and we don't know the reasons for it yet, which is Wanda and probably to some extent some other people, but it could all be a construct of her mind, are trapped in her process of working through whatever is happening to her. Now, one of two things is happening. Either it is completely constructed by herself, which is a possibility, or there's an outside influence that is doing this to her, keeping her in this like locked out state, although we know she has some control over the world that she's in. The way she is working through this world, and most likely directly related to the trauma of Vision's death, is through sitcoms. The first episode is sort of the Dick Van Dyke Show, and the second episode is very much Bewitched. And we know from the trailer that it looks like it's going to process through other sitcoms. There was one in the trailer that was sort of looked like a Roseanne type of thing, so I think we're going to go decade by decade. We know from the end of the first episode there's somebody watching her, which is where you can get the theory of somebody has put her in this state, and that could be Sword, which we'll get to in a bit. It could be AIM, which is another reference that they drop in. But we also know through the radio communication of like who's doing this to you.
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Wanda. What?
Dottie!
That, yet again, like it could be an outside influence or it could be something that she's doing to herself. Whether the other people with her are actual people or not.
Who is that? Who are you?
Is another question. We see the woman who was the friend from Captain Marvel, which I think is the most interesting in terms of being sort of completely out of place in time. But the neighbor,
the woman
could also
in the
very
box.
much, yes.
That was the friend from Captain Marvel?
Yes.
I didn't catch that.
The neighbor, I've heard some theories that she's going to be the woman who like taught Wanda her powers in the first place.
She was in Bad Moms. Love her.
She's great, Catherine Hahn. She's wonderful.
She was in Step Brothers. She loves Dale.
Oh, that's right.
That's
I'm a big fan of her.
She wants to make him into a little ball and shove him up somewhere.
Okay, Emily's teaching school. Don't interrupt.
But no, and look, you're not supposed to know entirely what's going on yet. You're not supposed to know why this is happening to her, how it's happening to her. Again, we know she has some control over it because in the second episode, when the guy in the beekeeper outfit comes from the manhole, she stops it and rewinds it and undoes it.
Wanda.
No.
Now, that costume is the costume of the AIM agents from the Marvel comics. The thing with Marvel is it's hard to know when you're watching it for the first time what's just a fun Easter egg nod of fans will understand what this is referencing and what is, no, we're actually setting something up that we're going to use in the show.
So what's AIM? I remember what sword is. What's AIM?
AIM is, I can't ever remember what the acronym.
Advanced Idea Mechanics.
It's like a bunch of like scientists and shit. That's where you get MODOK. He was like scientist supreme for a while.
So you know Killian, that guy Killian, he starts it, right?
That I don't know.
I remember that.
And then Sword is like the next thing of Shield. Nick Fury's still in charge.
Sword is basically Shield, but for outer space threats,
which they set up already.
Yeah. So when she finds the little toy, is it a plane or is it a helicopter? I don't remember. But when she finds it in the bushes, and it's the one with the Iron Man colors, it has the sword logo on it. Again, this is a thing where I don't know whether that's going to be relevant in this show or whether they're setting up Sword because they're doing a Secret Invasion show. Like, we know they're doing the Nick Fury Talos, which is the Ben Mendelsohn Skrull character show. And so they could just be setting up Sword because they're going to use Sword in that. Or it could be something that's actually going to be relevant in the show. Again, it's hard to know with Marvel because they drop in so many Easter eggs.
So is every episode going to be another generation of sitcoms?
I mean, I think I hope so. Actually, I wasn't sure
like
going
into the 90s.
Yeah, like we know they at least go to the 80s or the early 90s because they did the Roseanne one. I think my guess is that will become more of a background, and it'll be more and more of the other world, the real world breaking through.
I mean, I'm lost in the show. I do want to see where it's going to go. It is kind of cool because I remember, in the 80s when I was a kid and, watching those shows like with my parents, those old black and white shows. I hope they do I Dream of Jeannie. That would be a cool episode. At least to see them progress through the different sitcoms, I guess, is a cool idea. I have no idea what the show's supposed to be about or where we're going with it.
We need some Happy Days, Joni and Chachi.
Happy Days, 18.
Yeah, maybe some Growing Pains.
Oh, has anyone checked in on Scott Baio recently?
Why? What's the matter with Chachi?
He's a conservative, Trump dude.
He was. God. I have no doubt he was. I've been calling all my Republican friends to be like, "Hey, how's Washington? Did you get a souvenir? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Yeah, Scott Baio was in the crowd, guaranteed. He'll be arrested soon. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
So the other thing with her being pregnant, which is very reminiscent of the comics when she did have this world-altering shift that she did, and she had these two
twins, right?
Twins who weren't real. And then when she found out they weren't real, because she had gone completely, had lost her mind at this point, and her powers are so strong that when she loses her mind, she can basically take everybody else with her. And when it was discovered that this wasn't the real world, and the real world reinstated itself, and she lost the kids, that's when she did No More Mutants, and wiped out 97% of the mutant population's powers.
That would be cool to see.
So I am wondering if we're going to get kind of the opposite of that.
Oh, and then like you were saying before, she creates mutants.
Or rips them into whatever, to the, what is the MCU universe number? Because the comics are 616, whatever the movie universe number is. Earth, something.
That would be cool. So anything you didn't like about it?
I'm all in. I wanted it to be weird. I'm glad it's weird. I'm glad they haven't explained anything yet. I think it was just the right amount of creepy. That first episode when they're having the dinner and the mom from that 70s show is just doing the stop it, stop it, stop it
Stop
thing.
it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
And it just like, it's so unsettling.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I mean, there was so much I didn't get, but I didn't get that. Was she stuck? Like, kind of our first clue that this wasn't real? I don't know.
Yeah, but again, I think if you're approaching this show as you're trying to understand, like you're expecting to understand everything as it's happening, I think that's the wrong way to watch this show. Like, you got to wait for the show to explain itself to you because, look, the characters don't know what's happening to them.
Well, sure. I mean, she got pregnant sitting down on a couch, basically.
I thought I definitely I didn't love the first episode. I liked the second episode more than the first one. I just thought that dinner shtick just went on too long for me, and all I kept thinking was like, dude, just create dinner, man.
But no, it's very committed to not parodying, because that's not, they're not making fun of it, but it actually being in the shows that they're emulating. Like, that second episode is an episode of Bewitched, basically. I mean, the theme song, brilliant. And it's almost a shot-for-shot remake of it, but also just the stuff afterwards, where it if you take out the creepiness, you could just plug that in, and it's basically an episode of Bewitched.
So that's the part that I really enjoyed, just him using his powers and her covering for him, I can't let them know that we have superpowers. That was what I was really into, and that's what I kind of thought the show might be about. And then the first episode, I just couldn't really. I don't know. I just really couldn't get into it. But I did really enjoy Paul Bettany's acting. He's really good.
I think the acting all the way around was great.
I didn't know how funny Paul Bettany is.
When he said, I'm not a computer, I'm just like you, flesh and da.
When he's in that neighborhood watch meeting.
Oh my God, he's
dying.
He's like, Jim's a communist.
I also didn't know that Vision could be defeated by swallowing a piece of gum. He literally becomes helpless.
But he played it drunk, was genius.
Oh, is that him? Oh, it looks like he's got a little hitch in his giddy up. Whoa!
Wanda, my little cabbage, you look smashing.
But am I the only one who kind of got that?
Oh,
yeah.
No, that's very much how they play it.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was nice to see Emma Caulfield, who, if you are a Buffy fan, played Anya on Buffy. She is the blonde neighbor who everybody is trying to impress in the second episode.
Oh, that bitch.
Yes, I haven't seen Emma Caulfield in anything for a while, and I thought I was just very happy to see her.
She was a nasty lady.
She was nasty.
So thank you for letting me clean up. So there was a lot of one-liners in there that I just thought were hysterical. Jim's a communist. So Emily, you know how we were talking about lines from movies that we just say out of nowhere? That might be one I take with me forever. So what's going on? Serena's a communist.
No, I think this will be a show that will be interesting to go back to, once it's all done.
Yes, I can see that.
Because again, it's trying to figure out how much of the clues are actually clues, and how much of it are just hey, here's a reference for people who have read the comics, and stuff like that. But that's also why I really like that they're doing the weekly format. Is much like with Mandalorian, is I like being able to have theories. I like being able to have questions and actually think about the show.
I feel like the episodes are too short for a weekly series, though. I mean, they're what, 20-minute episodes, 22-minute
30
episodes.
and 37.
Are they that long?
Yes.
I thought they were shorter.
I think that's fine in this format. I mean, it's not like a Marvel movie where there's action and it's taking place in the present time, right? So I feel like for this format, it works.
Well, based on trailer number 2, you're gonna see some action. I think like Vision took on like a battalion of tanks or some shit, or a helicopter or something.
But the credits are also 6 minutes long, so that might be lengthening that.
That is weird.
Well, why? And there's no spoilers or Easter eggs in those credits that I noticed anyway.
No, they basically they're doing the credits like a Marvel movie. Like not like obviously like the end or mid credit scenes, but in terms of like how they're having them scroll through, it's just like the Marvel movies, so they're just on forever.
So what are do you think we're gonna see any cameos, guys? Or Emily, since you're kind of like the you're the only one who understood it.
I mean Doctor Strange makes the most sense, since that's supposedly like what the tie-in's going to be. If we do, I don't think we're going to see him until the end. Voice cameos seem the most likely. Like since we got the little radio thing, maybe in one of the commercials. Since the first commercial had the Stark Industry toaster.
Try our new and improved Toastmate 2000. It's the go-to for clever housewives.
Say, this machine has some shine.
You said it. The all-new Toastmate 2000 by Stark Industries. Forget the past. This is your future.
I forget what the other commercial was for. Was it like for a watch or something? But whatever the company is, it was the.
Yeah, what was that company?
The guy who.
It had a Hydra symbol.
The Hydra, and it's the guy who gave Wanda and Piotr their powers.
Oh, Dr. Osmanoff or some shit like that. Sounds like that. That guy?
It starts with an
glasses? S. I hope we see. This will be a good segue. Crossbones. Frank Grillo. He was one of the Hydra agents. I just got done.
Yeah.
I just got done watching Kingdom on Netflix.
I love that show, Johnny.
Emily, did you start it yet?
No, not yet.
Rich, did you ever see Kingdom on Netflix?
I have not, but I'll check it out.
Dude, I can't recommend this enough. It's about a dysfunctional family of MMA fighters, and Frank Grillo, Crossbones is in it. Nick Jonas is in it. Nick Jonas is in it. And a couple other people you recognize here and there. So good. And I don't know who recommended it to me, but like whoever it is, like just nailed it. And I can't believe I haven't heard of it. It only did 3 seasons. Hopefully it finds success on Netflix and they hire him for another season.
Yeah, I saw it over the summer. I should have told you I found it through a recommendation, but like it's one of my favorite shows that are on Netflix. It's great.
It's so good. Definitely like it has a don't spoil it, Mike. But it has like a couple jaw-dropping moments where you're just like, what? But yeah. All right. So in short, Rich, what did you think of WandaVision? I don't think we heard much from you.
No, I gave my thoughts on it. I didn't. I don't know what to expect from it. I'm just kind of along for the ride. I like the sitcom aspect of it. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do next with it. If they're going to do a sitcom, for all of the episodes. How many episodes are there going to be of WandaVision? 9?
Oh, I don't know.
8
Usually
or
they're
9?
8 to 10 is the norm for these. But yeah, I'm assuming it's going to pick up, and I'll be happy when it's in color.
9 episodes.
9?
9 times. There's another one, Emily, that I use all the time. 9 times.
I didn't love it. I'm a little lost with it, but it was well acted, and I'm gonna watch it every week, and hopefully it takes us to some cool places.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but I'm intrigued, and I definitely think it's gonna like it's I think it was you, Emily, on Twitter, who said like something along the lines of like, let things slowly develop. It's worth it. Was that you? Something along those lines?
I mean, I said a Vittier thing, which is people get mad when they don't understand something right away. But
yeah, I think, was that a subtweet at me? Because I was definitely like, what's going on? I don't get it.
no, I just read because I was looking up. Oh, I know what I was looking up. I was looking up to see if the names, like in that first episode, when they, not the actual real credits, but like the credits that appear at first, like for the show within a show, or whatever you want to call it. I was looking those up to see if there were any references in them. And I just came across some like really shitty, like, this is so confusing and I'm bad because I don't know what's happening and they need to tell me what's going on. And I got really annoyed by that because I'm like, no, you're not supposed to immediately know what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it. Sabrina's not. Sabrina didn't get through the first episode. She was just like, this is stupid. She's like, what am I watching? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, why are they doing it? What is this? I'm like, I don't know. And if you know anything about Sabrina, she asks me 1,000 questions a day. It's just relentless. So she tapped out. She's out. But she's only seen Star Wars once. So she's one of those people.
That's terrible.
I know. All right, we are at the hour mark, Miss Lind. So did you want to add or touch on anything else before you depart this episode?
No, I don't think so. I will say on the WandaVision thing, one of the reasons I like the fact that this is their first like show in the Disney Marvel era is, look, I'm not the biggest MCU fan, but I think even people who are would recognize that there is a sameness to a lot of the stuff in the MCU. Now, either you like it or you don't, and that's an entirely different question. But there's not a ton of like variety in terms of like the big stuff. Like, like definitely Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy are funnier, and there's some more dramatic stuff, but they're all fairly straightforward. This is a Marvel movie. And this show is definitely not that. And I'm excited that they are willing to take some risks, to do a weird show, to do a show that I can't imagine kids are into in the slightest, because they're not even going to understand what this is referencing. So even on that level, it doesn't work for kids. But there's so many shows coming that I like the precedent this is set in doing something that is its own thing.
It is different. I just hope I get to see some ass-kicking action. But Paul Bettany is definitely the star of this show. He's very good.
I hope there's a chance that Vision comes out of this alive somehow, because you're really going to get attached to the character. Watching 9 episodes, I'm already attached to his character watching this more than I was in most of the Avengers movies I've seen. So I hope there's some chance of that. Which is doubtful, right?
No, I don't. I think that's not out of the question, considering Wanda's powers, and how like dramatic they want to make the end of this show.
And they already hinted in Endgame that you could remove the stone from Vision and you would still get Vision, and maybe even a better Vision. I forget what the line was. Or all the good stuff. The Vision, remember? Or something like that.
The whole Vision thing confuses me. Like from Age of Ultron to now, I'm totally So I've just like left it alone. It is what it is for me. But I'd like if he comes back.
The only other thing I'll say is if you like the whole Visioned in Suburbia thing, there is a 6 to 8 issue, maybe even 4 issue, I think 6 issue run of Vision written by a guy named Tom King. And it is, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years ago now. It's Vision in suburbia with a family he has created for himself. It starts out really funny and becomes one of the most emotionally devastating comics I've ever read.
Really?
But is also like just absolutely beautiful. I can't recommend it enough. Like pick up the trade, like buy the couple issues that it is on Comixology. It's really something special. And that is somebody who has never read a Vision-based comic before.
I'll definitely check it out. You gotta check out Kingdom.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you will like our next episode will be like if you can do it, will be like holy shit. It's a holy shit show.
I got Frank Grillo got my respect, Johnny.
Oh, dude, I had no idea he was that good of an actor.
He is underrated. He could do better than Crossbones in an elevator, telling Cap to chill out or whatever.
It's 3 seasons?
3 seasons, 40 total. Like, season 1 is 10 episodes, season 2 is 20 episodes for some reason, and season 3 is 10 episodes. And they're an hour long.
And you're going to want it to go on longer than it does. You're going to be like, fuck, I wish there was another season.
Hey, I've never heard of this. Sabrina watched it with you, Johnny?
No.
What do you guys watch together?
No, we have been watching Ozark together. We're halfway through season 2.
I like Ozark.
Yeah. And, dude, better than Ozark, Rich and Emily. Better than Ozark. And I started watching Halt, Catch, and Fire. Anyone?
Can't get into it. I tried.
So I'm into it. I got into it. It's not bad. It's not great. I do have a little bit of a crush on the female Terminator. You know what I'm talking about? She was the female Terminator.
In Dark Fate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Mackenzie Davis.
Mackenzie Davis is actually like a computer programmer. And I don't know. Tall women with short hair. I don't know. They just kind of do it for me. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's what she is in that show.
Was she in Raised by Wolves also?
I've never seen that.
That's an HBO Max.
I've seen Raised by Wolves. That's a different tall woman with short hair.
Well, Johnny, you might like that. Well, watch Raised by Wolves.
Raised by Wolves is awesome. Johnny, you haven't seen that yet?
No, it's good?
Yeah, I can give you my HBO Max login if you want.
That's the Ridley Scott one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's Ridley Scott, and it's similar to a lot of the mythology of Alien, I guess.
It's as good as Kingdom, Mike?
Oh, dude, totally different show. I mean, you're talking
quality.
Kingdom's better.
All right.
Lovecraft Country is another good one from HBO Max too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Lovecraft Country.
What's that about?
That's hard to explain.